Hello, it is me, Shirek a la Buena. I love saying that. Okay, so I'm back again. This is my meditation for today, but there's a couple things that I want to talk about um, to get into the mind of the person who is doing the meditation. So I want to put things into perspective of like God consciousness and innocence. So when you do a meditation, you're working with the subconscious, basically, and the heart. So what I'm what I'm going to try to put into perspective is like, let's say before you incarnated, you went to God and you said, "Hey, I want to incarnate into the earthly plane. And then, these are the things that I want to do there. These are the things that I want to experience there." And, you know, God says, "Okay, you can go to earth and I will help you create the things that you want to create." So you incarnate and you are a baby. Okay. So your infancy is basically neutral. It's neutral, but it's also consciousness from your previous lives and from the DNA bloodline and from your parents' experiences and your parents' souls and your brothers and sisters' souls experience and the ancestors' experience and the human population experience and the earthly energy experience and the universal experience and the God consciousness, all in that little baby body. Okay? It's all in there. So as you are growing and shape shifting, basically. God, I never thought about it that way. Shape shifting, you are forming beliefs, you're forming experiences, you're forming expressions, you're learning other people's expressions, you're learning your own expressions. You learn how to laugh, you learn how to cry, or you know how to cry, you know how to laugh. You're coming into like all these expressions and these programs. Okay, so the DNA is programmed, the consciousness is programmed, the parents are programmed, the family's programmed, like, you know. So I'm trying to get it all into perspective. Okay, and then when you are, as you're growing and growing, you're experiencing, you experience things by sight, you experience things by hearing, you experience things by touch, you experience things by running and walking and laying down, or you know what I mean, you're just experiencing every possible thing that there is to experience. And so as you're growing, there's always an evolution of your consciousness, and you're taking in to your consciousness, it's going into the Akashic records, whether you remember or not. So your consciousness is recording everything. So everything is being recorded. So every step that you take, every movement that you make, every sound that you hear or etherically hear or see or etherically see, you're holding that in your energy field. And this is amazing. I'm so glad I waited to talk about this for my other video. um, so as you're experiencing, I made a new person today. So as you're experiencing things, you're holding everything in your energetic field. Okay. So really what I want to get to is the consciousness of innocence. Okay. So in your evolution as a person, your innocence is throughout your entire experience. You So basically innocence to me is like neutral. God is neutral to me. God is a particle being. It's not masculine or feminine. God is neutral. God is everything. Okay? So God can be anything and everything. Okay? So like you have a ball of consciousness, okay? So this is your innocence. Your innocence is your inner child. So your inner child holds everything. They have everything. So your inner child's consciousness, whether you think to yourself, oh, wow, this makes sense, your inner child or your inner innocence is going to be like, yeah, I don't think so. That's not what I've learned. So I'm going to go over here and do this. This is what I want to do. And then you're like, wait, why do I feel that way? I feel differently than what I'm telling myself. And then you like for me, like if my little lady, that's what I call my inner innocence, my little lady, if she's feeling a certain way, or because like, it's like I live I live by myself. So what do I do every day? I hang out by myself. I'm not having any interactions with people like normally. Like sometimes a little bit neighbor here or there, whatever, but like not anything. I don't let anybody come in my apartment. So what I'm saying is like I hold my space this is my space. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that um my innocence, because of my life experiences, it's a neutral thing. So she doesn't see any kind of judgment, or mostly she'll be seeing a program that I've been programmed with. So like even the way I communicate is a program. The way that I talk is a program. The way that I inflect my highs and lows in my voice. I mean, I do that because it's mostly like sometimes you get things across a little bit better with a different tone. And it's also a sound experience for the other person, because sometimes did you hear that person? Because I care about the person. You know what I mean? Like that's how I say that, because I want you to know that I care. See, care, person. It's the same thing. So, anyway, my little lady has her own consciousness, okay? That's why I project her, or she projects to me. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got to watch your innocence. So like your innocence is neutral, just like God. So God's neutral. So if you want to experience one thing one way, or if you want to experience another thing the complete opposite way, your innocence is going to follow whatever you believe. So the belief that you are going to do something or not do something is what your innocence follows. So like there's some times where I don't know if an example will pop into my head, but we'll see. But sometimes there's like this experience that she thinks that she needs to do, that she decides that she's going to do because she just feels like that's what she needs to do. And I'm over here like, hey, actually, can I talk to you about that? Because that's not necessarily like the way that I feel like that should be done. Like maybe there's a different way. And sometimes my ego gets in the way, sometimes my brain gets in the way, sometimes whatever. And maybe I don't understand why she thinks that or believes that she needs to do something a certain way. So like you have to find that connection. And what I'm trying to get at is like every single human on the planet has an innocence, unless you're like a really bad knowing what you're doing person. Okay, so like everybody has innocence. I mean, I don't really know because I can't pick up on it right now. But either way, what I'm trying to say is that everybody has innocence. Everybody. And sometimes our innocence guides us into doing something or having an experience because we haven't had that experience before and we cannot see the outcome of what it would be. So then we have to have the experience in order to find out, how do I really actually feel about that? So when you are, so just to bring this into the meditation, so what I'm trying to say is that when you do a meditation, I know I've talked about this, but I just really want to bring it into perspective that the innocence can bring you into different experiences. So when you are closing your eyes and you're envisioning the things that you're going through in my meditation, sometimes so like in one of my meditations, I got like a golden circle, or I got like a red heart, or I got like a blue square or something. The lady pulled cards for me, and those were some of the cards that came up. And so I just thought of something that I'm not sure about, so we'll see. Yeah. So, anyways, it was one of the cards, but anyway, it doesn't matter. So, what I'm trying to say is that is like, it's like a subliminal message. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, doing a meditation is like a subliminal message. So, what you see in your meditation is like, it's either what the person is expressing for you to see, or else it's like the um what your subconscious is projecting to you to see. So like there's like manifesting, I don't know if this would be a good one because I don't know if I can explain it really that well, but basically like manifesting money. Like how do you get that into your subconscious? So your subconscious to me is your inner child. So like your inner child, like say for example, like, and a perfect example would be my dad. He doesn't ever believe that he could ever have money. He has negative beliefs about money. So his inner child, his innocence, never manifests him enough money. He has to fight for it. And I don't have that issue with myself. I don't have to fight for it. It just, sometimes it just comes to me and I'm just like, oh my God, this is awesome. You know? So like there's been times where I'm like, oh my God, like I'm a little overwhelmed over here, like I'm gonna need some more money, like, and then my little lady will go over to my hair self and she'll be like, I need some more money, can you give me some more money? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like that. You have to if you can clear up like the programming in your innocence, because your innocence, like you have to look at yourself, like you cannot blame yourself for being innocent. You cannot blame yourself for for um for having a program running like in your inner child. Like it's not like your inner child is like deliberately trying to like hurt you or do something. It's like their innocence saw something, their innocence experienced something. You know what I'm saying? So like they are that, it's just is like held in your innocence. So when you tap into your innocence, you can literally reprogram and pull out some of the things that like you are experiencing so that you don't have to experience that anymore. That's why I talk about going into timelines, because when you're going into your timelines, you're going into your innocence of the experience because you're innocently experiencing something. It's like when you go to God and you say, "Hey, I want to experience this stuff." So then when you come in as a baby, you're innocently experiencing what you ask God to have you experience. And then you have a repertoire of what the things that you want to do there. This is how I want to evolve. This is how I want to like, cuz like they say the earth is a school, right? So this is what I'm trying to say. I think it's coming together now. So understand that no matter what happened in your life, you're going to be able to get past it because you're going to be able to go into your innocence and help your innocence understand that, you know what, I understand that you are scared about this, that you're upset about this, that you're this about that, or whatever it is. And your innocence, by speaking out loud to yourself, this is even talked about in the Bible, isn't it? The spoken word and the written word. Exactly. Your heart is listening to you speak. Your innocence is listening to your speak. It's like your heart is your innocence. because the heart is neutral. Like that's like when I said in my last video. I guess people should watch my video before they come in here. But anyways, um, what I'm trying to say is that like my innocence, like innocently gave away my heart because I'm a healer, so I'm like logically my innocence is like, well, then I should give my heart to this person because they really need love. And I have to consciously say to myself, okay, no, we're not doing that. That person has to do their own work. That person has to do their own stuff. But anyways, we're not talking about that right now. I already did. So what I'm trying to say is that recognize that when you're doing a meditation, you're tapping into your innocence. So when you're tapping into your innocence, you can maneuver your energy and you can shift and change it into a higher vibration. That's what we do when we do meditations. That's why they're so effective, because it's like planting that little mustard seed that it talks about in the Bible, right? So like that little mustard seed is like going to grow into something if you allow it to grow into something. So if you want to heal part of your brokenness or something and that timeline shows up to you, you go into that timeline and you know, like, let me think for a second. Okay, I can use this as an example. It just popped into my, so this is really good. I like this one. I saw my new man. I saw his lion face. He's wearing a suit with a lion head. That's so cute. Okay, so on the 8-8 portal, the Lionsgate portal, I did a meditation with Jen McCarty, and I'll link her stuff in the video. And she did the meditation to bring the divine masculine and the divine feminine together. And in the coming together, the image that I hold, so like the image that I'm holding for my innocence is that I want to experience me and my divine masculine coming together as one. Exactly, in a heart. Coming together. So that is like, so like my innocence, like my little lady, by me viewing that and seeing that and feeling that is what she is going to innocently create for me. So however that looks, that's how that's going to happen. Not only that, my higher self, because she's in higher dimensions, she's watching and seeing what it is that's happening. And so like she communicates with his higher self, and then he communicates with his innocence and his inner child, and then the inner child is communicating with the body. I'm pretty sure that's the Trinity that they always talk about. It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's the Mother, the Daughter, and the Holy Spirit. Exactly. So, what I'm trying to say is that recognize when you're doing a meditation or when you're doing someone else's meditation or you're meditating, recognize that your innocence is watching and having an experience. So you're going to be able, by doing these meditations, you're going to be able to reprogram yourself into a higher vibration. That's how I've done it. I've been through some pretty messed up shit, and there's no way I would have made it out if I wasn't doing meditations. And like Jen McCarty, every time I do a meditation with her, she helps me every single time. Yep, every time. Every single time. And sometimes you just need to hear words, because this is what I talked about in my last video. Like sometimes the frequency, numbers are a frequency. So sometimes you just need to hear the words, and then all of a sudden your inner child like clicks. It's kind of like hypnotism. Like that's how people get hypnotized, because it's like, what is it in the MK Ultra program? They can say certain words to those people, and then they just, turn into like somebody else. They have an altar or whatever. It's mind programming. It's programming. I don't really want to talk about that a whole lot because it kind of pisses me off. I don't like that. I don't like those people. They're not good people. So, anyways, I'm going to quit talking about that. Let me see. Let me just check here quick. Make sure I got it all. Okay, so I talked about that. Okay, so yeah, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about is the white space. Okay, so like in the Matrix, you know, they Morpheus and Neo, they go into a white space. So I did this earlier today because I wanted my little lady to, I'm trying to remember, I wanted my little lady to understand the difference between having herself in her own space and creating for herself, and instead of excuse me, instead of, you know, having everybody else's stuff. Like, you know, I wanted her to understand what boundaries mean and what my space means. Like, I was like, okay, so let's go into this white space where there's nothing there. And I'm sitting and I can have all my feelings and I can have all my stuff and nobody's around. There's no doors around. Nobody can come in. Nobody can come in, right? So, like, I explained to her that if you, like, when I was a kid, my dad never respected the door being closed. He just decided he was going to come in. It didn't matter what I was doing in there. I wasn't like 8, 9, whatever. It doesn't matter. He didn't have any respect. I get a little bitchy about it. I probably shouldn't talk about my family on here, but I am, because it's life experiences that affect you. And so here's where it, like, this is how I'm teaching somebody how to recognize that, like, this experience when I was a child, innocence, right? My innocence right here had an experience, right? It didn't matter if it made me feel good or not. It was an experience that happened. And she knows that that happened in her life. So she's been continuously creating that experience my entire life. So, for example, I knew that when I lived at that house, that when I created boundaries and they were not respected, that was related to my childhood. What happened in my childhood? That my boundaries were never respected. So I put my little lady in a white space and I said, listen, this is my space. And if I do not want somebody to come in, I'm not going to let them in. You do not. I gave her permission and the power to choose not to allow that person in, whoever it is. If I don't want them to come in, they are not allowed to come in. Okay? But the reason I'm talking about this is because I recognized that she's been letting other people in. Like, if somebody knocks on the door, she says, come in. I've heard this multiple times. Come in. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want that person in here. You know what I mean? Like, I just want my space to be my space. So what I ended up doing is I ended up telling her that my new man can come in. I'm like, first of all, if he feels a certain way and I'm not inviting him to come in, I should have talked about this in my other video, but whatever. It's here. So I told her, I was like, okay, so we started doing love notes. I haven't gotten too much into too many love notes, but I said, why don't you go give him a love note and let him know that he can come in, that he can come and visit you. He can come to wherever you are, because like it's like I picked up on the energy that he wasn't coming in because I wasn't letting him in. So like I needed to recognize that, and I needed to see that she wasn't letting him in. I had to literally be like consciously like, you can come in. So I want him to come in. I don't want to, like, you know what I mean? Like, the confusion was where the boundaries were at. Like, the other thing that before I forget, the other thing that I was saying to her is that, you know, it's kind of like this whole relationship was like we've been watching the previews for a movie, right? So like our relationship is the movie. What are we gonna see? How is it gonna play out? We don't know how it's gonna play out. We've only seen the previews. So we just been sitting around watching the previews, and I'm like, and then we're like making assumptions of like, oh well, it could go this way. Oh, it could go that way, but we don't actually know because we haven't actually seen the movie. We haven't actually experienced the movie yet. So like I was like, why would we put emphasis on, oh, it could have happened this way? Because like every movie's different, right? Just because I had a movie with somebody else, like in my previous experiences, doesn't mean that the movie's going to play out the same way with a new person. It could play out a totally different way. It could play out in a positive way. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the exact same way. Some of the things might be similar, just like in other movies. They're similar, but they're not the same. They don't always play out the same way. So I was like, you know what? Instead of worrying about what the end of the movie looks like or however it's going to happen, let's just watch the movie. And that's what they say, like, be the observer of your own reality. Just be the observer and just watch and see what happens. So I told her to do that. And so now we're just going to wait and watch and see and just watch the movie and see what happens. See how it all works out. See how it all plays out. Because it could go in any which way. It doesn't necessarily have to be the way that I thought it was going to happen or the way that he thought it was going to happen. It just could be any way. It could be like the most beautiful thing we've ever seen. It could be like the most spectacular fucking firework movie there ever was. Fucking big trucks and mud. I don't know. Shooting them up. Boom, boom, boom. I crack myself up. So, anyways, I told her to go give him a love note and let him know he can come in and that she's gonna receive him and it's okay because I do struggle to receive sometimes. I do. And I think it's just because sometimes when I have received things, it hasn't always been positive. It's been pretty messed up stuff. And, I'm getting through my things and however everything goes is however it goes. And I'm just gonna sit and watch this movie and see how it all works out. I mean, okay, so a couple things. So our higher selves have already, like, I don't know if you know this or not. We'll see. So I've learned that, so things play out in the higher dimensions first, and then they trickle down into the 3D, and then the 3D has the experience physically. So there was a time when him and I ended up getting disconnected for whatever reason. And I was like, wait, what? Like, wait, this doesn't make any sense. I'm like, don't we have, like, didn't I see this? And then this whole jungle that we built. And I was like, okay, this, something's not connecting. So I was like, I'm just going to wait and see how this goes and see how this all works out. So, yeah, it's gotten better since then. But anyways, we already got, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can see future timelines. Like, there's lots of stuff. It's mostly baby stuff. I mostly see, like, baby stuff. I don't want to talk too much about, like, things because I don't want to put it out there. But I'm just saying. So, I think that was everything I wanted to talk about that. I guess I did want. I didn't want to talk more. Okay, so basically what I just only want to make sure that it's clear is that when you do meditation, understand that your innocence is participating and that you in that state of mind are kind of neutral. I mean, you're seeing things that make you feel a certain way. So when you see something that makes you feel a certain way, you're holding that experience in your etheric body. And then your etheric body is a speaker, and it's playing that tune. It's playing that sound. It's playing that experience. Like right now, I'm playing the experience of lion man loving me, being with me. Like, and I forgot to mention that I don't really totally understand. I think that I'm a jaguar, or like I'm a white lion with black spots. I don't really know what that means because I didn't look it up, but it feels about right. So I'm either a white lion with black spots, or I'm a white jaguar with black spots. I'm not sure. I've seen a black jaguar around me. That's my protector lion, or whatever. Jaguar. Yeah. Yep. That one makes me feel really good. I found that one in Mexico. It was pretty awesome. But anyways, I am not going to talk for the next hour and a half, 45 minutes. So we're not going to do that. What I am going to do is I'm going to pull some cards. I got a new deck of cards from a lady that I know. I've been participating in some of her stuff, and she just decided to give presents, and I was like, oh, she just sent me a deck of cards, so I'm going to put those in here. But, and then I'm going to do my rock cards just because I like their messages. So before I do these cards, because I always do these first, I'm just going to say the invocation because I really like it. I now call upon beloved source of all that is, the One. Beloved solar logos, Christ light, beloved guardian angels, higher self, great spirit. Thank you for so many blessings in my life. Thank you for your seen and unseen love, support, and guidance. Thank you for directly connecting with me now. Thank you for helping me to see, hear, feel, and know your presence, wisdom, and guidance. I ask that you now surround me with divine love and light. Connect with me directly and through these cards. Help me to become centered and aware so I may clearly know the clear insight, wisdom, and guidance you have available for me now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. So this is just going to be for whatever this meditation is. They asked me to do a meditation, so I'm just going to do one. I don't really know exactly what's going to come up. I think it's related to the Lion's Gate or connecting to the Lyrans, because they're part of this experience. And I know that this energy, the Lion's Gate, is getting louder and louder, and more people are doing stuff for the Lion's Gate. I'm really looking forward to next year. So whichever one falls out. But anyways, I'm just looking forward to the one for next year because it's going to be 888. Like, as in, like, 2024 is 8. And then 808, as in, like, you know. So it's going to be 3 8s. Oh, man. It's going to be so powerful next year. There it is. Oh, I got this card. Okay. So when I did Jen mcCarty's meditation, I just decided to let some cards fall out to see like what it was. And I got this card, The Mission. And it says, you have a role to play. Listen, trust, act, be the change. And then the other one that I got was light codes. So it was like bringing in light codes. We're going to do one more? Okay, we're going to do one more. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, so we got... Oh! It jumped out! This is so awesome. I love this stuff. Okay, so light codes. Tune in to the light. Remember your true initiation. Or remember your truth initiation. Let me say it again. Tune into the light. Remember your truth initiation. That is so cool. That's I got before. I dropped my little feathers. Okay, and then the other one that fell out is this one. Turn the page. Oh, I bet this is totally related to what I've been talking about. Move on from the past. Step into the unknown. Blessings await. Love that. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do... So this deck is this. And the back of the cards look this way. It kind of looks like the spiral. I like that. Okay, so whatever you want, whatever, popping these ones out. Oh shit. Oh, a bunch of them came out. Which one? This one? Okay. And this one too? Okay. All right. Okay, so these two cards I got a bunch of cards actually. Okay. These ones are really super simple cards. They're just like one phrase. So let it go. Oh wait, no. We don't want to put that there. Okay. And then the land between. And I got this one when I pulled for Jen mcCarty's. I got this one too. Look at this. I'm going to put these ones together. Isn't that cute? Birds of a feather flock together. Great big love. Oh, I love that. Aww. I got this one a while back. It just fell out when I was asking about my new man. Yep. Is that it? Yep, that's it. Okay. Awesome. All right, now I got one more, and then we can start the meditation. Yep, you get to hang out with me a lot today. Oh shit, a couple of them fell out already. All right. So we got 2 rocks. One is chrysocolla. So if you feel called to get this rock, I would get it. And so the meaning of this one is suffering from a heartache or a toxic personal relationship. This will help you connect to what the real you needs and help you realize that you are allowing toxic energy in, causing emotional harm. This stone will let go of that toxic energy. Remember this card? Let it go. Yep. Okay, and then this one. So how it works when you have a rock, it's like a subliminal message. So the rock has consciousness, and the consciousness, or you could say it's programmed. So the rock is programmed, and you can even quartz crystals are clear, so you can program those too to do whatever you want them to do. And like this, this is rose quartz. I'm not really into this like tree stuff, but like I do really love this rock. So rose quartz is like passion, love, peace. It's like it just gives you like that pink love energy. And the reason I love it is because like pink love is like I really love pink, so there's a bunch of reasons. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is like it's like that innocence. Like when you have a rock, your innocence feels the energy of that. So you're like downloading the energy of that rock. even clothes that you wear, even clothes that somebody else makes, you're subconsciously like absorbing the energy that the clothes that you're wearing, the colors that you wear. Um, like it's kind of like when you have something that's handmade. The person who, if they put love into it or if they put hate into it, it's the same thing. You're still like, if you wear that part of clothing, necklace, bracelet, whatever it is, you're wearing that person's energy. Yep. So, anyways, what it means, Larimar. And get back to this. I'm trying to say that you're basically downloading the consciousness of the rock by wearing the rock. So over time, your energy body, which your etheric body can hold the vibration. So if you decide or make the decision, your innocence makes the decision that it wants to hold that energy in it, it will hold that energy in it. And you'll continue to like shift your consciousness or shift your energy body over time to the vibration of that rock. That's like if you lay down in a bed of rocks, like let's say for example you lay down in a bed of rose quartz rocks, you're gonna feel the energy of that. It's gonna feel divine. It's gonna feel good. Like the more that you have around you, the higher the vibration is. The more you're gonna feel that energy. And sometimes, like my uncle, he can put a rock in his hand and wow, I mean, like he can just read where the rock's even from. It's crazy. But anyway, this is Larimar. Larimar is a mixture of sky and sea energy. Specifically tuned to women, this stone helps restore a connection with the earth goddess and bestows upon you the energy of the sky and sea. As you meditate, it can help you reach the spiritual plane and even help with angelic connections. That's pretty awesome. Wow. Look at that. We did good today. I'm liking it. I'll put these up here. Okay. So, I don't think... Okay, so my little lady wants to say, I just wanted to say I'm so happy that you came and participate in my meditation. And I'm so happy you want to be a part of it. Because it really means a lot to me that you came and stayed for the whole thing. See, in her innocence, like I've been watching videos where they're like, oh, people don't stay until the end. And some people don't stay until the end. So some people have to ask people to stay until the end. So she feels like that's the innocence of the download, of the repetition of the people. So that goes into her consciousness thinking, believing that people don't want to stay until the end. Well, some people don't want to stay until the end. Some people don't want to hang out with me that long. It's fine. Whatever. But the good stuff's at the end. Every time. Okay. So, we're going to do this. I got this, so I typed in white gold solfeggio frequency, and I got this 9 hertz, 99 hertz, 999 hertz, infinite healing golden wave, vibration of 5-dimension frequency, positive energy. So I'm going to play that. So get comfortable. And now you finally get to see my full thing. I don't know if I should turn the lights off. Yeah, we'll just leave it. Okay, I'm going to try to talk loud enough so you guys can hear me. Okay, so first we're going to ground. So make sure that you are doing that because you have to ground before you do a meditation. You have to be grounded. Okay, so let's take 5 deep breaths. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Two more. Okay. See a golden ball, and it's out in front of you. And then see that golden ball go into your heart. And then see the golden ball go down your spiral stairs all the way down through your root chakra. And then we're going to go all the way down to the center of the core of the earth, where the crystalline grid is. Okay. Now that you're grounded, I want you to see a magic carpet. And I want you to see your inner child get on the magic carpet. And there is an Indian boy who is going to take you to a location. Now you're flying through the air. And you see a large crystal quartz. And you stop at the crystal quartz, and there's a door. And you open the door, and you go into the crystal quartz. Feel the serenity of the crystal. See your etheric body turn into crystals. See the pillar of light of God consciousness coming from above down into the crystal, through you, through the crystal, all the way down into the center of the core of the earth. Absorb the energy. Feel it in your arms, feel it in your heart, feel it in your face, feel it in your legs, feel it in your stomach, feel it in your back, feel it all around. Okay, now, if you feel you've absorbed enough, we're going to get back on the carpet. Now that you're full of crystals, there is a green light. We're going to go through the green light. I believe we're going into your green heart chakra. So we're going into the heart chakra. And what do you see when you look in there? How does it make you feel? I see a bunch of trees, beautiful sun, waves are coming up, and I'm floating down. I see my native friends. They're all clapping. So glad I came back. And you float down to the ground. And all your friends, all your native friends, they all hug you and tell you how much they love you. Tell you how much they've appreciated your love. And they have a gift. It looks like a golden droplet. And you put it on. And they give you a book. And you write your name in it. With a white feather. And then you get back up on your magic carpet. And as you're flying, you see a horse that's running after you. And you decide to get off the magic carpet and ride the horse. And now you're galloping through the trees and on the path, going through the woods. And then there is a white angelic being that is in your path. And you shake their hand. It is the mighty I Am presence. And you hold hands. And you receive an energetic download. And you see your mighty I am's heart chakra showing you the strength it holds, the magnificence, the beauty, the love, the peace, the divinity, and then it turns to gold. And then as you're holding hands, you start to wear a white robe. And you see that your heart chakra turns to gold. And it emanates out like a ballroom dancing ball with the light shining on it, and it sparkles everywhere. It shines everywhere like golden crystals. It is time, my child, for you to become one with your heart chakra. It is your divinity in nature to guide the rest back to their heart. Your presence should be known as divine love, creator of the one, source of all that is. You are the happiest being on earth. I am your God source creator. I believe in you. You are divine in nature. Your beauty emanates magnificence. I am your heart. I am your source of all that is. Please call on me when you are in need of your beauty and magnificence to return as we are one in life, love, peace, and harmony. I am your God source creator being. I believe in you. I will connect in your heart chakra. You will see me and believe me. I will be there. I will always be there. To be in your heart. To be in your safe place. To believe in you. I am your heart. Your one and only. Believe in me. I am your source. As God created you in my image. You are the one, God source creator. You believe in me, and I believe in you. I am your heart. I beat with beauty and thump with rhythm. I am your heart alone. With a depth of love that you will bring to yourself and to the people. I believe in you. You are God's source creator. I am happy to assist you in any time that you need me. I am your beautiful, bountiful blessings. I am your God source. I will always be with you. You can count on me. I will be here when you need me. Always. As always, peace be with you. I will leave you now as you are ready to explore your beautiful, bountiful blessings. And your inner child says, thank you, God Source Creator. I am your love as well. I am your child. I am your beautiful, bountiful blessings. I will always be with you. Thank you, God Source. I am yours. Peace be with you. And now you get on your horse and you gallop through the woods again. And you come out of the trees and there's a fire there, a golden fire with rocks around it. And there's a seat for you to sit. It looks like a stump, tree stump. And you sit on it. And you pray. Thank you, God, for all that you have given me. I am in appreciation for everything. I love all that you have given me, and I will always be grateful. You will always see my gratefulness. I love you with all my heart. You are my God source. And as you're speaking to the fire, it's lighting up with a white flame. It looks like a portal. So you go into the white flame. breathe the white flame. And you see yourself, it's burning off any negative debris, anything that makes you feel unhappy and unhealthy, everything. It's just burning it all off. Let go of anything and everything that no longer serves you. Burn everything off. Stay in there for as long as you need. And when you're ready, you can come back out and see yourself in your white robe. And you're walking around with the white flame. And your horse neighs at you in appreciation and love. Then you get back on your horse. And there's sand and there's water. And you gallop along the water as your hair and the wind blows through your hair. And now there's a native man with a big belly. And you get off your horse and you shake his hand. And he says, "Follow me. I will show you your truth." And you say, "Let me see it." And you see a ladder. And he says, "Please, go up the ladder." And there's like a hut window. And you go up and you climb in the window. What do you see? I see a very large fire. This fire represents love burning inside. It warms your cheeks as you see the fire. How does the fire make you feel? Does it make you feel safe? Does it make you feel afraid? Is it a controlled burn or is it out of control? If you feel like it's out of control, turn it down a little bit. Make it a little smaller. Make it a little brighter if you feel like it's not bright enough. I kind of like it loud. I like to see the flames. And you come back down out of the hut as you see the fire burning loud with love, passion, and grace. And the native man says, "What did you learn? What did you see?" For me, I saw how I really actually feel about love. He said he's proud of you for seeing your truth, for knowing your truth, for believing in your truth, for having the ability to change your truth if you don't like it. He's happy you were able to accept your truth. He wants to thank you for coming. Your inner child wants to ask his name. What name comes to you? Hmm. And now he hands you a green diamond necklace. And you put it on. And you say thank you. And you give him a coin. And then you say thank you, goodbye. And you get back on your horse. And then you ride away to another part of the island. And you see a black panther. And the panther runs with you. Or if you have another animal that comes to you, or flies with you, or walks with you, any animal that comes, you can look up the symbolic meaning of it. And as you're riding along, the Black Panther runs with you. And now you're coming up to a group of horses that are all gathered together, been waiting for you to come back. And they greet you with love and appreciation. And you get off and pet them and hug them, and there's one white beauty. It's a unicorn. And it's got red and orange and yellow hair. And you get on this horse and it has wings. And you start to fly. And you let your horse friends know that you'll be back. And you blow them kisses goodbye. And the horse is taking you up into the dimensions. And you're flying above the clouds. And when you get above the clouds, you see the golden gates. And you see Jesus there waiting for you. And he says, "Hi, would you like to come in?" And you say yes. And the golden gates open. And you fly in. What do you see? What do you hear? I see a flock of birds. I see some hawks, a white swan, a black crow, big old hawks. Oh, and it lands on your shoulder. It wants to guide you. What else do you see? See all the sparkly clouds. It's like you could fall asleep in them. And Jesus says, "Come here, hold my hand, I want to show you something." And so you go over to him and you hold his hand. And he moves the clouds out of the way as you look down at the earth. What do you see? I see a golden fire. He says, "Look closer." Pain. I feel the pain. He says, "Yes." What else do you see? People are sad. And he says, "Yes." What else do you see? They need help. What else do you see? The animals need help. He says, "Very good. How can you help?" What would you like to do? You can make your request. How would you like to help? it looks like you write down everything that you want to do on a scroll and you hand it to him. And he smiles and he says, "Thank you." And you say, "I am a servant of God, source creator." And he thanks you. And he says, "I will assist you in anything that you need." And you say, "Thank you." And then you hear some music of celebration. Trumpets and a whole big old band. Everyone's playing their instruments. And now everyone's dancing. Oh, look, there's your magic carpet. It's time for you to go. And you say, "Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank everyone." And Jesus says, "Thank you for helping the earth as it is your destiny." And now your carpet, it starts to fly through the gates and down through the clouds, and you're coming back down. And you see your horses and you say, "Bye, I love you. I'll see you next time." And bye to the man with the big belly and his name. And you fly through the woods and you see all the natives. "Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. I love you." And then you go back through the portal of your heart, and you come out, and you see yourself laying down or sitting wherever you are. And then you lay down back into yourself. You sit back down into yourself. Then you take a deep breath to know you're here. Really feel yourself come back to your body. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Open your eyes, or keep them closed if you want to. Now you can get up, move around. That's all I got. Until next time.